My name is Cameron, and I'm the Director of Operations for Gerrits Engineering, which is a multidisciplinary engineering firm here in Barrie, Ontario. Been around about 17 years, have about 35 staff. We service the structural, electrical, civil, and mechanical consulting engineering world, mostly working in the building side of things. We also do residential. We do some MOE, Easter stuff as well. But yeah, if you have a piece of land, we can help you put a building on it, including the developing of the land up to the structural side of things, how you want to heat and cool it, and how we get power to it. We're all here for you. It's been a really cool adventure because we actually are organically grown. Like, this isn't something that we've bought multiple companies to build what this is. This is truly where we've hired people and then built that part of the business up and hired people and built that part of the business up. So it's a pretty dynamic and very young company, actually. As much as we've been around 17 years, of our 35 people, if you were to look at the numbers, 20 of them are between 20 and 29. So we have actually a very young workforce. Because we're a multidisciplinary firm, we all, we do multiple things inside there. So typically when you go to an engineering firm, you're going to get, a structural engineering firm, and then they do structure, and then you've hired a secondary mechanical engineering firm, and then they do the mechanical work or the HVAC plumbing. And then, you have an electrical firm and they do the separate. So you have all these separates, but we're all under one roof. And since day one, we have been a Revit company, and Revit is a very advanced building information management system, a BIM system. I think that's what it stands for. Don't quote me. A BIM system, and we consistently work inside of Revit. That's the only software we use when it comes to the building side of things. We also use Civil3D. So what we have is groups working inside the exact same model at the same time. So it really helps with coordination of things. So, if a beam gets put in, we're not going to accidentally run a pipe through it, because once again, we actually know the beam is there. And if the beam moves, we get signaled. We know that, now this is in a different spot. We actually have to change things. So because we're such a tech forward company in that world, and we've been doing the Revit thing for so long, we actually have a pretty good advantage in that world with the people that we have here. Honestly, it was just a growth thing and a way that we wanted to go with the company. We also really wanted to start looking more into cloud areas of things. We had kind of a hybrid model going on with our current, and honestly, the person that we had before was phenomenal, and they did a great job for us. So it wasn't like a ill will thing. It's just the level of support that they could give on a holistic standpoint wasn't as much as we needed, because we still were doing a fair amount internally ourselves, right? And to be truthful, as much as we were good at that, we're much better engineers than we are IT people, right? So we want to make sure that we have the right people in the right place, and that's something that we've always worked on as a company here, and that's why we have, excellent third-party people as much as we have excellent internal people. So we had to make a decision, and we decided to go with ACT360 because we felt that they would basically come in and holistically take what we're looking for from a support standpoint and from a tech standpoint, and be able to help keep that in line while we can focus on what we do best, which is engineering. They've helped us with some Power BI stuff. We're trying to get more into that world there, and we every once in a while we'll draw them in and ask some questions because they have that expertise and support there. They've done one of our websites before, and they actually are once again currently maintaining the website we have now as well, because once again, it's almost, I didn't say it was a grass is greener kind of situation, but we tried something different and we ended up coming back because once again, we realized the support level that we get from ACT360 was so much better. And now recently they started taking over and actually changing what else we've had built. And it's the page that they just created for us, which is our most recent careers page, is unbelievably good, outstandingly good, and we're very, very pleased with it. So, once again, now we're trying to figure out how do we continue to work with them in the future to continue to make the site better. Incredibly important. So, once again, I know that they have some outsourced folks at ACT360, but my big concern is I need to have a company that I have a direct line to, and I need to be able to comfortably be able to go in there and I have an issue. I need someone on it now, and know that worst case scenario, they are blocks away or it's in the same town or city, whatever that is. So that was a huge thing for me, because once again, there's always lots of opportunities with IT. It could be outsourced. You could have someone stationed in Vancouver. You could have them overseas. You could have them a bunch of different places. And I guarantee you, they probably do just a fine job. There's no argument there. If the systems are set up, they should do a fine job. There's something about a comfort level of having a local person who not only understands what your business is and what you're trying to do, but to be able to respond in a way that we need them to respond when something goes sideways. And we're never asking for perfection. And sometimes there are things that, that don't go perfect, and that's fine too. But all we ask is that you fix it and learn. And this is how we operate as a company as well. No one's expected to be perfect here in our company. It's just fix it and learn and fail forward. And so far, ACT360 has been very good at, coming in, understanding our issues, trying new things. That's something we're a very big part of. Let's try some new things. And then if we have to pivot in real time, we can pivot in real time. And that's something that we really want to work on. That's something that was really important to us, and something that I want to definitely commend them on, because they've done a great job for that for us. They've done a good job for us. Has it been perfect? No, but they've done the things to make it right. And, that is equally as important, or if not more important, than being perfect, because the truth is, there's two ways you could go about doing things, right? If things aren't going straightforward or the way that you think it is, you can put your hands up and say, I'm out, and walk away, or you can buckle down and get it fixed, and they buckle down and get it fixed when there's an issue. And, I had a very, very positive mentor in my life years ago, and he since retired. But one of his things he always said was, if you go to a hotel, right, and you walk in and you check in, your room's ready, you go there, you stay at your hotel, and you get home, friends ask, how was your stay? It was, it was good. Yeah, we had, the place was clean, it was good, we had fun. You go to a hotel and they've lost your reservation, and they're like, look, sir, we're going to take care of this for you. We're going to make sure that this is right. And here's what we're going to do to help you. And here's the things that we're doing to make things. And then they make that happen. When you tell that story of how your vacation was, you're going to be a little more forthcoming and open, saying, hey, you know what? We went there and it wasn't like, well, they got there, they lost reservations, but you would not believe what they did in order to make this right. They went and did these things, they did these things, and it was just an absolutely fantastic experience. I would definitely go back again in a second. And I think, it's not that ACT360 is always messing up. They're not at all. They do great work. It's just that when things aren't there, when things aren't right, they work to solution and they get it right. And we try to build and learn. And that is, as a partner, is something so essential to have, especially in a business, especially in an industry as competitive as we are, that we need to have that strong partnership. So we've been very, very pleased with ACT360 that way. You could try to put this whole thing on is always going to be perfect, but it's not. And we have humans using computers here, so there's always going to be an error of things, right? It's all we ask is that you're able to adapt and work with us, and then coach and make us better. And we are definitely better than when we started working with them. And that's exactly what you're looking for, continuous improvement. You're not looking for home runs every day. If you were a 2 out of 10 when you met, and now you're a 2.5 out of 10 or a 2.3 out of 10, you're still going in the right direction. So, that's what we look for in a partnership, and we truly feel we get that with ACT360.